Trey, for you, I mean, you hit the first one and missed the next couple, from deep. What was kind of, where did that confidence come from for you to, keep shooting after you missed a few and really started getting into that rhythm there?
Honestly, I've always had it, the confidence. I don't see the misses. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I've been a scorer, been a shooter, and just don't think about the misses. The next one gonna fall. I believe all of them going in.
What was it like in the first half when they started to fall and you guys started to kind of get momentum and close the half on a strong note there?
Very excited, especially with my team when they won. We just together. Like we cheer everybody on, and when you had them behind you after you hit the shot and they like continue to like go, keep going, it's a different type of feeling.
Last weekend at Southern Miss, Quan obviously had a big game, and then not you tonight. What does it say about you JUCO guys being able to come to this level and make instant impacts like this?
We're tough. We made like that. It's something that we always work for. This is where we want to be. We work to be. We pray to be. So this is just we here to stay.
Jimmy, how have you sort of handled the Tolu situation and maybe not trying to do too much, knowing who you're replacing and just trying to be yourself out there and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, Tolu a big part of the team. I came in, Jans recruited me and told me about Tolu coming back, and him being hurt was just a downfall for our team. But I don't try to come in and be like nobody else. I come do my job, do what I got to do to the best of my ability. So.
Where do you feel like you'll be able to impact this team most in his absence?
Really just being a big body in the paint on defense, offensive rebounding, clearing up space on seals, and letting my guards get layups and easy buckets. Just things like that. I do things that don't show up on the stat sheet all the time, and I'm proud of that. So.
There's a lot of questions, surrounding this team, what you guys would look like, without Tolu in it. Is there kind of a chip on the shoulder of this team to prove that, even with Tolu out, you guys can win games and have performances like this?
Yeah. I mean, once he got hurt, we knew that everybody had to step up, not just me, but everybody had to step up. We got vets on the team, so we got a lot of leadership in the locker room, and it wasn't nothing. He'll be back soon, and we'll be even stronger than we are right now. So
it's a win strong. We got his back. So yeah.
Where are you gonna put that trophy when you get back to Starkville?
Oh yeah, this got to be seen. I gotta have this in the front room. Yeah, everybody got to know about this one. It's just one though. We gonna keep it going.
How antsy were you guys to finally, get out? I mean, teams started playing on Monday. I'm sure you guys had to, watch some games. How excited were you guys to, finally get on the court? I know it was a late tip-off, but, get a chance to finally play.
Man, we've been waiting since Southern Miss game. We've just been waiting to play somebody else. I mean, we've been beating up on each other in practice, so we just, ready to play on somebody else. So.
Time for a couple more for the players if you got them.
Trey, how long when did you find out you were going to start? Because, I mean, obviously we found out about Shaq on Monday, and I guess most people expected it to either be, Andrew or Josh after, what he did at Southern Miss.
2 minutes before.
2 minutes before. You had no clue?
Yeah, we walked in after warm-ups. I saw my name on the board, and I'm just always ready, so.
What was your reaction to seeing your name up there and getting a chance to start?
No, I was locked in from the jump, so it's nothing new.
Obviously, a slow start for y'all offensively, but then you kind of found the groove there at the end of the first half. What did you think of the way your team kind of turned the corner and closed out that first half to get some momentum?
Yeah, I was fairly happy with how we ran offense in the first half. Certainly, Trey Fort jumped up and made some shots, and it makes everybody look good. But we certainly had some possessions that weren't great, but our effectiveness, our spacing, what we were trying to accomplish was pretty good for the first game out of the chute. Certainly in the second half it wasn't very good, and that last 10 minutes took forever, but sometimes that happens when you have a lead like that.
I guess most people may have expected either Josh or Andrew to be in the starting lineup over with Shaq out. What, I guess, did Trey show leading into the game for you to make that decision?
We didn't make it to the last minute, to be perfectly honest with you. Discussed it a little bit here and there, but you have to ask him. I have no idea if it gave him confidence or not, but that was, one morsel we were hoping that would happen is that, we told him early, hey, not early, but in warm-ups that he was going to do that. But we had discussions about a lot of guys, about four guys we talked about, and, we got lucky and picked the right one today.
Those first 10 minutes, or first 7 minutes, you had 10 different players come in. Just how much is that, part of what you want to do early in non-con, kind of have, different rotations, different combinations of guys just to figure out, who fits where, especially, with some of the injuries y'all are facing?
If I have my druthers, we're always playing that many guys. I like to have a camaraderie amongst the team. I believe that it helps the chemistry of the team. Everyone does it different. Some guys are locked into 6, 7, 8. My best teams have always been ones that we have a lot of options and we have a lot of depth. I love it for practice. I love it for what we're going through now. because of the injuries. But if they can move the needle, that's what I tell them. If you can move the needle, we're going to find you minutes in the game, and I think that keeps guys motivated too.
You had Jaquan last weekend at Southern Miss have a pretty good game, and then obviously with Trey tonight. What does it say about these JUCO guys being able to get to this level and make an impact right away?
They're hungry. They got something to prove. Most of my guys and my staff have spent some time there, and we're not having meetings saying we got to go find some JUCO dudes. I mean, that ain't the case. We're just trying to find the right fits for what we need, regardless of where they're playing. If it's the portal or the JUCO world or the prep school or the high school or whatever it is, it's not. We might not sign any this year. Who knows? But happy for both of them to get off this 9 like that. And Quan didn't play a ton of minutes and wasn't didn't have the huge explosion that Trey did, but he played really well in the Southern Miss game in the exhibition charity game.
Trey and Jimmy were just saying, with the uncertainty that some have had about, what you guys would look like early on without Tolu, they said that's kind of, put a chip on the shoulder of the team to come out and prove that, they can win even when, the team is facing injuries. What have you thought of the way, I guess, players have kind of embraced that mentality and kind of try to prove, some people wrong, some doubters wrong here early on?
I've never addressed it. I've never talked about it other than, when it first happened, just to kind of regroup and set the table. We had some discussions about it, but I'm glad they are. I'm glad that it's motivated them, but for us, it's more to figure out, how we need to play and getting the right 5 on the court, playing different lineups with, Guy getting some minutes, and then certainly playing some small ball with Cam. But I'm glad to hear that, it's motivating for them. It should be.
We were told we can ask about Delquan Warren going to be signing for 2024. What do you just like about what he's going to be bringing in next year?
Yeah, we're excited that he's joined our basketball family. He's high energy kid. Plays with a burst. He's got speed. I love the fact that he's a pass first guy, but he can score the ball. He's a lefty. I love lefty point guards, lefty bigs. He's one of those guys. It's a little different playing against him. He's got speed, and what really impressed me were his hands. He's got quick hands, and he gets his hands on a lot of balls, and he's got a high compete level. So we're excited that he's joining us, and can't wait for next year for him to be with us.
You've had success the last couple times out, coaching against the Hurley brothers. What's it like, going up against them and kind of what that family, the impact that they've had on the sport?
I got tons of respect for both, Hurleys and their dad, their whole basketball family. They don't have much of a choice, I don't think, with their career path was going to be. But I don't think about that at all. We're just trying to prepare to play against the schemes and the players and things of that nature.